Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a Mars conjunct Venus twin flame reading for my dearest Aquarius. So Aquas, on July 13th, Venus and Mars will align at 19 degrees of Leo. And we will be feeling this energy a week on either side of this date. So this happens about every 2 years or so. And this transit will shine down creativity, harmonize any imbalances, and activate soulmate and twin flame contracts. So Venus, the goddess of love, and Mars, the fearless warrior, come together. And when they do, we feel an awakening of the feminine and masculine principles within us. This awakening will help shift our attitudes towards sexuality and relationships. All right, Aqua, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the feminine energy, not your feminine energy on the left, masculine energy on the right, and in between you guys, we're going to see what's going on right in the middle there. So remember, this is not about gender, it's about energy, okay? So let's go ahead and see what comes through for my dearest Aquarius on their twin flame journey. All right, so with the feminine, we have avoidance. All right, so let's see what's going on with the masculine. We have wanting. Ooh, so that could be the feminine who is running away from this connection or is avoiding this connection. The masculine may be on the chase here. And we get 1111. Absolutely. So pay attention to this number sequence. Okay, very important, you guys. And we get resonance. Yeah, interesting. So I do feel like, you know, there could be an issue here going on between those of you on a twin flame journey with Aquarius in your chart, or dealing with an Aquarius, or if you were drawn to this reading. I do feel with this resonance that, well, many of you guys have been seeing 1111 with frequency. Many of us on the twin flame journey do or are. I'm also seeing that there's a mirroring energy. So it may be that the divine feminine is avoiding the masculine, which is activating this cord between them. But I feel like this is a response because the tables have turned, or the energy here has flipped, where the masculine was previously avoiding the feminine. Okay. Messages, please, for the divine feminine. We get confident and magnetic. Wow, absolutely. Queen of Wands energy. So what I'm getting, the divine feminine has a very magnetic and seductive quality about her at this time. And the divine masculine is absolutely feeling that, absolutely picking up on that. All right, this may be a little bit of, you know, this is an energy of pulling her energy back, avoiding the masculine, which is making him want her even more. We get heavy burdens, the 10 of Wands, so really strong, lots of passion here. The 10 of Wands, the divine feminine may have given up on chasing the masculine or pulled her focus away. She's releasing burdens. That's what I'm picking up here, you guys. The masculine may have, you know, done a runner. The masculine may have been avoiding the feminine, and there was a period in time where she was holding on to him or she was chasing him, and she decided not to, and look what happens. Look who's in this energy. The tables have turned. The masculine wanting the feminine in a very bad way because she's released these heavy burdens. She's released her attachment to the outcome of this connection. We see the 2 of Swords, stalemate and indecision, but there may be a little bit of ego here at play because, again, it's an energy of, well, this happened to me, this is what you were doing to me, and this has created a bit of a stalemate because I do feel like there's some ego energy working through this connection. The divine feminine may also have a choice. Now, the divine feminine may have a choice between a water sign and a fire sign. Remember, this is not a gender-specific reading, but I'm seeing here that, you know, the divine feminine may have, you know, with this Mars and Venus conjunct or this transit, we're having not only twin flame contracts, but soulmate contracts that are being activated. And if the divine masculine here wasn't stepping up, wasn't coming towards the divine feminine, or even wasn't choosing the divine feminine, she may have taken her power back. And remember that twin flame journeys are not always, meant for union in this lifetime or end up as life partners, that we have many different soulmates. And I feel like the divine feminine is recognizing that, and she may have a choice between her twin flame divine masculine and a soulmate here. Okay, fire and water is coming to play. It could be that, we have this fire and water, which creates steam. So a very magnetic, passionate connection where you guys are very intuitively linked. But I feel like the divine feminine here has really freed herself up, okay, and has released these burdens and is calling in more than just her divine masculine. I also feel like there could be a stalemate here, okay? Because it's also a possibility that the divine masculine did not choose the divine feminine and has a choice himself, okay? And so I feel like the divine feminine took her power back and stopped investing in this connection. So we see the King of Wands. So we have the King and the Queen of Wands. So very, very passionate, powerful connection here. I mean, yes, this is a twin flame journey, but we get so much confirmation with this. Both of you could have strong fire in your chart, or it could be, even if you guys aren't talking, even if you guys are in this stalemate energy, that the passion that each of you hold a torch for each other. Okay. We see the Page of Cups in reverse. So I do feel like the divine masculine may be trying to think about how he can, either come in with a proposal for the divine feminine. He may even offer or need to offer the divine feminine an apology. Okay, and I think as the King of Wands, it's like he wants to show up. He wants to choose divine feminine, but there's something here. There's something here that he has to be truthful and honest about. There's something here that, there's a little bit of a fear of intimacy here because of the powerful connection. And with the King and the Queen of Wands here, you guys are absolutely connected telepathically. It's this ether, this etheric cord that's connecting you both. Both of you, could also be very focused on the 3D. All right. The divine feminine here could have some sort of intuitive business, whether that's working with, energy healing, doing something like I'm doing. It could be working with crystals and minerals. It could just be in the healing arts. And she's just not focused on this connection at all. And she's focused on nurturing herself. The Queen of Cups is a beautiful energy because she's also an energy of somebody who, even though she's loving, caring, and compassionate, she's not afraid to be alone. And that I'm getting this really, really powerful energy off of this divine feminine. All right. So if you are the divine feminine in this reading, I mean, my goodness, amazing. You've turned the tables here. Okay, and you have a lot of options as a result of stepping into your power and releasing these burdens. Now, it is something to be a little bit weary of here with the divine masculine, because although he wants to step up and claim divine feminine, there's something here about a lack of sincerity or not being quite ready for the deep intimacy, okay, that this connection presents. So we have the divine masculine completing a difficult cycle. There could be distance between you guys, physical distance. But we also get the 9 of Swords here. So self-sabotage and nightmares. So the divine masculine may be coming into this understanding that he has either sabotaged this connection, which has led the divine feminine to sort of turning away and focusing on others, or focusing just on herself or on her business or on her healing. But I also see that it needs to be this transformation within the divine masculine needs to take place before there's union. And we see that here with the World card. I do feel like the divine masculine is really taking a look at any self-sabotaging behaviors. I also feel like there's some jealousy here involved with the Messenger of Love and the 9 of Swords in reverse. That divine masculine is wanting the divine feminine and wondering, where is she? Who is she with? What's going on? And it's very possible that the divine feminine is entertaining a soulmate or thinking about it, or has moved on to another connection. And as a result, the divine masculine is really being triggered to look at what needs to transform and what needs to change in order to win back the feminine. Okay. And I feel like there's a lesson here that absolutely is being learned. All right, let's see what's going on between you. So we have the King of Swords, so quick wit and intellect. So the King of Swords can indicate that there is, um, and what I'm getting here, there's like a lack of truth or transparency or authenticity, not in the normal sense that this is like a narcissistic behavior, but I feel like the divine feminine is absolutely wanting and holding space for the masculine, but not showing it. Okay, and this is the lesson that the masculine is learning, and I think it's also, you know, we tell people very early on what is and isn't acceptable when it comes to ways to treat us. All right, and with the King of Swords in reverse, I feel like there was, you know, there were some very harsh words here exchanged. There may even be the divine feminine. This is a weird message, but maybe posting pictures of either moving on with somebody else or being happy. And this is really, really triggering the divine masculine here. But I feel like there is no communication here in the 3D. All right, we get the High Priestess. Yeah, so the divine masculine, I think, is really kicking himself for not trusting his intuition. All right, because I do feel like there was an element of self-sabotage that led to the divine feminine pulling her energy back, turning away, and led to this sort of stalemate. I do also, with the High Priestess, strong Pisces energy in this reading, but also fixed energy, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. All right, but what I'm also seeing here, you guys, is with that there's a very powerful lesson that's being learned in the silence and in this separation. All right, a karmic lesson. So this card wanted to come out earlier, and here it is again, the Two of Pentacles. So again, the divine feminine, we have the master number 22 coming out, which is about a master builder number, about commitment, about partnership. But what I'm seeing here with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, that the divine feminine has a very powerful choice. I do feel like she made a very conscious choice and effort to release burdens, to move forward, to pull her energy back and away from the divine masculine. It may be in sort of an effort here to sort of teach a lesson, but also to teach the divine masculine what is and isn't acceptable when it comes to how she's going to be treated. And I feel like the divine feminine has really activated this seductive and magnetic quality because of her, you know, her self-confidence. And she may have a choice here between a twin flame and a soulmate. Okay. And then we get the Seven of Pentacles, so reevaluation. So somebody here, especially, it feels like the divine masculine is looking at the past, looking at this Five of Wands, conflict and competition. I definitely feel here that the masculine energy has competition, and that has him activated competition for the divine feminine. And I feel like that's either because he became lazy and complacent, or had an innate or a deep fear of intimacy here. But I also feel like there has been an ending. And this ending is because somebody here maybe was juggling. Okay, now I feel like the divine feminine currently has choices in love, but it may have been because the divine masculine here was juggling the divine feminine, not giving her the time and the attention and the effort that was necessary. And I feel like, you know, she called judgment on it, you know, and pulled her energy back and said, you know what? I'm not going to overgive. The Queen of Wands, she's moving in a different direction, and she knows she has options. And this is the lesson that's being learned, that there needs to be reciprocity. There need to be two people building each other up. And the divine feminine has walked away from anything that isn't quite giving back to her, okay, the way that she wants, and the way that she needs to. And as a result, this is activating that passion and this etheric cord between the two. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else comes through. All right, we see judgmental. So yeah, I told you the divine feminine came in, called judgment on the divine masculine's behavior, and I think she upped and put her energy into something else, mostly herself, but maybe other people as well. All right, so again, there may be breakthroughs in this connection, obviously during this Venus and conjunct Mars energy, but it may take up until next year, because I feel like the divine feminine, she's not going to take anything less than what she truly wants, needs, and deserves. All right, so we see liar coming out and we see adventurous spirit. Interesting. So I do feel like the divine masculine, I'm not getting necessarily that there was lying directly, but when we get the Page of Cups in reverse, he may have tried to come at the divine feminine with a tall tale or with a lack of sincerity. And remember, we can only meet somebody as deeply as we have met ourselves. And I feel like the divine masculine is still in this energy here of up-leveling, needing to come clean about accountability and what needs to actually happen in this connection if he wants to win the divine feminine back. I do also feel like this adventurous spirit, though, is exactly what needed to happen. This sort of cord being activated, because it's like now there's this competition, there's this conflict, there's this I need to win the divine feminine back. But we need to pay attention to this energy because that can be unhealthy or that can be toxic. So it's important that there has been this transformation, that the divine masculine meets himself deeply. And we see that with this Nine of Swords. He may be experiencing karma or a dark night of the soul during this, this sort of the death of this relationship. But as you guys know, with every death, there can be a rebirth. All right. But I do feel like the divine feminine is very much in her power, and is kind of judge, jury, and executioner until the divine masculine comes at her correct. Now remember, this is not a gender specific reading, okay? So I'm reading energies here. So let's go ahead and see what else comes through. We have passion. Try something you've never done before. So the passion between divine masculine and feminine, we see them coming out as very equally matched, very balanced. There's this strong etheric cord. But I also feel like the divine feminine is done waiting, that the divine feminine is trying something new. And it may come out as slightly manipulative, but it's not. It's like, I'm going to put my efforts elsewhere. I'm not putting my life on hold. There have been a lot of delays and there have been a lot of frustrations. So I'm going to do what truly makes me happy. Catch me if you can. Okay. Interesting energy coming through. Powerful energy from the divine feminine. All right. Time apart. So some distance will help bring clarity. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is also, I feel like the divine masculine is taking a look at what needs to be released, what needs to be healed, what needs to change. And he's also realizing that, she's not waiting around for him, that he has competition. And we get an apology. So you can expect the apology that you want to hear. All right, so I like this energy because this says that there is this possibility here for reconciliation. And I do feel like there may have been a moment where the masculine approached the divine feminine and may have given an insincere apology or made an insincere effort to win her back if it was completely ego-based. This divine feminine that I'm talking to or that you're dealing with, depending on who you are, is taking zero BS and is going to see through any lack of sincerity in a heartbeat. And it's a little bit of an energy of tough love. Okay, an energy of tough love, absolutely. So let's see what else comes through. Paused, I need to heal. Yeah, exactly. The divine feminine has put the divine masculine on pause, given him something to think about. Also checking in on, hey, my self-worth. If you don't see it, if you don't recognize it, guess what? I do, and somebody else will. I regret losing you. Interesting. But I do feel like more than anything, the divine feminine here, this is the message the masculine has for the divine feminine. I think she knows it, but I also see her holding out because there's this energy, and it's not in this like creepy way of like teaching him a lesson, but these are the lessons that need to be learned. Okay, and we get, I'm afraid to open up. So I do feel like the masculine is sort of preparing because he knows that she's the one for him. All right, he may have been rejected by her in the past. Okay, but he knows that she's the one for him, but there's something here he's afraid of, and it may be matching her energy because she is intense. She is powerful, on the top of her game. I see us moving in together, so there may be a coming together. They're showing me the Four of Wands, and I want a relationship with you. So I do feel like you guys can absolutely both be on the same page here when it comes to this connection. All right, let's go ahead and pull some Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle cards. Just one moment. Okay, sorry about that interruption, you guys. So let's crash, bang, boom. Wow, what is going on here? All right, so let's go ahead and see what crystals come out, or what comes out for the Divine Feminine. We have Polychrome Jasper, number 31, very grounded energy. All right, we get Azestolite for the Divine Masculine. Ooh, and then we get Carnelian, number 7. This is about passion, you guys. So you guys, those of you listening and resonating with this reading, oh my goodness, this is nothing but sparks flying here. Lots of passionate exchanges coming your way. But number 31, this polychrome jasper is about belonging. It's a shaman stone that assists with traveling between worlds, offering protection while you travel, and it helps you to remember why you are living on Earth. Yeah, and the Divine Feminine is realizing too that she's not here just for the Divine Masculine, to wait for the Divine Masculine, that she has a lot on her plate, okay? You belong to a greater group, be it a family or clan. If you feel isolated, reach out to others out of strength rather than neediness. This stone offers you security. For companionship, choose an animal ally. Ground your efforts in the practical everyday world. You have the gift of meditation, mediation, and see all sides of an issue. So the Divine Feminine is seeing things very, very clearly. Now, for some of you, the Divine Feminine, I do kind of get like posting pictures online or on social media showing that she's very happy, or maybe that she has suitors, or this could be also what the Divine Masculine is sort of fantasizing or imagining or being triggered by. But what I also see is I'm also seeing that Queen of Wands with her pet, either with a cat, with a dog, but just spending time with herself. Not, because I feel like there was a moment before this that the Divine Feminine really lost herself in this connection. So big changes are coming. Concentrate on practical outcomes, be down to earth, pay attention to dreams, balance your emotional energies, and nurture yourself to find joy. Find your power ally and stay under its protection and guidance. Give assistance to others who seek freedom. Guard against giving away your power. That's this energy. The Divine Feminine is not giving her power away, even to the Divine Masculine. And this is a huge shift. So Leo, Libra, and Aquarius is the energy embodied by polychrome jasper. Okay. Now, the Divine Masculine is in the energy of Azestolite. So we have cosmic evolution. So experiencing this evolution, the completion of a difficult cycle, purging and releasing. So Azestolites are imbued with immense spiritual energy and information for guidance and insight. They're here to help Earth ascend into a higher expression of consciousness. You are here to represent spiritual light on Earth and help it evolve. Make yourself heard. A project is successful no matter what. And we see that here. The Divine Masculine also, both of you or whoever is listening here could be, both could be very prominent business owners, or getting a business off the ground. Avoid becoming impractical and having too high of an opinion of yourself to the detriment of others, and retain your humility. This is a huge lesson in humility for the Divine Masculine, okay? Because the Divine Feminine is absolutely standing in her power and definitely giving out a dose of very tough love here. Or at least it feels that way, because I do feel like the Divine Masculine is not used to this, is maybe used to getting his way. All right, but there's something here that's shifting. There's something here that's coming to an end. And with this humility, I do see apologies, okay? But I also see that coming from both sides. So carnelian represents creativity, and it protects against glamours, envy, and the evil eye, bringing good fortune to those who wear it and preventing blood from rushing to the head to cause precipitate action. So I do feel like there may be a tendency here in this connection to confuse sex with intimacy, maybe on both sides. The connection, the physical connection, the sex, the lovemaking between you guys is very, very powerful. But it also, this card will, or this stone gives you the ability to remain calm during disputes and the self-control not to follow the crowd. Courage in the face of danger comes from inner strength, not foolhardiness. Your family means a lot to you. So there's something here. You guys could share a family together, or maybe you guys had a past life, where you were married and you shared a family. But your sexual drive is strong. Lust or aggression has been a problem in a past life or even in this connection before. So direct it towards creativity and raising Kundalini. And I feel like more than anything, the Kundalini is being raised in the masculine energy here. You're being asked to be eloquent, creative, and bold. So I do feel like the masculine is going to be coming in to offer a bold apology even after a rejection. You're being asked to trust your perception, your intuition. Distinction in your career lies ahead. So I actually see both parties doing quite well in their career or in their respective businesses. Alleviate stress, take time to play. You're a tower of strength during sorrow. Stay anchored in the present, let go of emotional ties or outdated projects holding you back. And that's what this time apart is all about, right? And beware of a charismatic person. So I feel like in the past, the divine masculine with this messenger of water in reverse may have been very charismatic, but wasn't quite backing up words with actions. And this is a huge lesson. There's a lesson in humility here being learned, okay? But with this carnelian, I do feel like there's going to be a passionate renewal here in this connection. Spirit is also saying that sufficient vitamins and minerals support your metabolism for optimum well-being. So I feel like there's a need for both of you to gather your strength, because the coming together here between you guys it's going to require a delicate balance. I'm hearing watch your words, temper your actions and your emotions, because it's going to be really powerful, and you better believe it that sparks are going to fly. Okay, so I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care.